Since November 2018, the London Borough of Barnet Chief Executive John Houghton, who resigned in June, stopped complying with the Environmental Protection Act 1990 and began illegally charging blocks of flats requiring more than one weekly collection of regular domestic waste. The Act does allow councils to charge for garden, hazardous, hospital, care home, charity shop, builders, sewage, industrial and commercial waste, but not for regular domestic waste. Throughout the UK, all regular domestic waste must be collected free of charge to prevent fly tipping, rat infestation and disease, paid for by council tax, levied by banding, the most expensive properties paying most for the same service. The exact wording is, no charge shall be made for the collection of household waste. This is finite and unambiguous. Ignoring it, a council can make a free collection once every 2 weeks or just once a month and charge for extra collections. Size of bins is in the Act, and if an item will not fit in a bin and the council is called to pick it up, the council must pick it up and can charge. Previously, Barnet blocks with insufficient storage space had multiple weekly collections for no charge, according to the Act. The freeholder of the block in the video, where only half of each flat's weekly refuse is now collected for no charge, is the London Borough of Barnet, which was heavily involved designing the building in 2002. And the collection point in the bus station is state-of-the-art and extremely efficient. The truck has a designated parking space next to the bin room, containing 18-wheeled bins of the prescribed size, protected by a steel fireproof shutter. Compared to collecting from terrace streets lined with cars, as well as widely spaced Totteridge Lane mansions, which may take minutes and correctly pay nothing, collecting waste from these 158 flats takes less than 5 minutes, roughly 1.8 seconds per flat. Frequency of collection is not in the Act, and 2 collections per week are required, for which, since November 2018, Barnet has been illegally charging for 1. All councillors have been made aware of the fraud, which benefits them by reducing their own council tax. In law, a council is a statutory body and as such can be found guilty of fraud. Councillors given a 3-month suspended sentence for fraud will not be able to stand for re-election for 5 years. Fraud is a criminal offence as defined by the Fraud Act 2006. According to the Act, fraud is gaining from another by the abuse of power, or by withholding information, or by making false representations. A representation is false if the person making it knows that it is or might be untrue or misleading. Barnet has made false representations in writing to the previous Member of Parliament Mike Freer and to the Metropolitan Police that what it is doing is legal. It has withheld the number of flats and total monies collected, and the photo above shows how it abused its powers, like Six's landlord Peter Rackman, whose name is linked to this type of activity in law, by not collecting waste and then demanding payment and issuing invoices to pick up regular domestic waste. In the case of the block in question, the original managing agents refused to pay, but the new managing agents paid Barnet's outstanding bills and continued to collude with Barnet, fully aware of the Environmental Protection Act and Fraud Act. Barnet's Auditors BDO passed Barnet's 2019 to 2020 accounts in full knowledge that Barnet were illegally charging for waste collection. They have since stopped passing Barnet's accounts, but have not called for a judicial review, which they can using Section 31 of the Local Audit and Accountability Act. If you are in any doubt that this is fraud, put these 2 phrases into ChatGTP. 1. Can a UK town council charge for regular domestic waste collection? 2. What constitutes fraud in the UK? The Met needs to enforce the letter of the law, the DPP need to prosecute all concerned, or the government needs to bring the matter before the High Court. After 6 years with no response from any PM's office, on the 9th of December 2024, Keir Starmer's office replied, "Your message has been passed to the relevant government department for their attention. I have since heard nothing and will be amazed if I do. I have also had no reply other than automatic from Barnet's new MP Sarah Sackman, which is very disappointing." This is transference fraud. lowering the mayor and councillor's own council tax by transferring a portion to flat dwellers requiring more than one collection a week. My estimate is each flat involved has now been charged over £1,000. The number of blocks is unknown, but the total fraud is almost certainly over £1 million, relatively little compared to the entire Barnet's budget. So why wasn't it stopped when BDO refused to pass accounts? Accounts have not been passed for 4 years. Every year, like three monkeys, all involved do nothing. Why did Barnet CEO John Hooton resign at the age of 47? Nothing on LinkedIn or at Companies House. So is there more to it? Is this fraud just the tip of the iceberg? We need proper investigation and full disclosure. The Conservatives did nothing. So please, Keir Starmer, make the phone call to the DPP. Barnet are banged to rights, and this is an easy win to get the press on your side.